So you want to build a community online and you want to position yourself as a leader in your space. Well, that certainly doesn't happen overnight, but in today's video, I'm going to share my 6 C's for helping you establish your authority and your leadership in your industry, and you can start doing these things today to help position yourself moving forward. The first C is content, and this is so important because you need to be sharing things that are relevant to your ultimate target audience. One of the biggest questions I get asked when I work with clients and with businesses is, what do we talk about online? What do we talk about on social media? Well, what you talk about is what your ambassadors and your target audience actually care about and want to know from you. So I separate it into tiers of content, and this is something I suggest doing for your business or for your brand. Basically what that means is separating it into 2 or 3 tiers that you want to focus on, and those are like content categories or buckets. For me, I talk about education, so that's my YouTube videos, for example, educating my target audience on how to use social media, how to implement video marketing. My other category would be inspiration, so trying to inspire people to get over their fears about making videos and to live the life that they want to live and to have the kind of business they want to have. And then the other tier for me is product. So that's my course, Recording for Revenue, my coaching services where I work with clients, and my consulting services where I work with businesses on helping them develop their strategies. So those are kind of my tiers of content. So I always try to keep my content in those buckets. And when you're coming up with content to create for your brand, the best thing to do is to look at where your audience already lives online. So you can look at things like Twitter lists. You can build lists around your industry or your niche. So if there's industry publications that you know that your target audience would be reading, put those into a list and use that as a content hub where you can retweet their content or share their content across your social platforms. You can do this through Hootsuite with search streams set up. You can also do this natively through Twitter as well. And other things that you can do is just peruse through those publications in your industry and look at influencers in your industry and see what kind of content they're sharing and what's resonating with their audience, and see how you can create content that you know will resonate with that same target audience. The next C is cross promotion, and this kind of goes hand in hand with content. So if you're having a hard time coming up with your own unique content, and what I mean by unique content is blog posts that you've written or your company has written or videos that you've created, so it basically means your own native content as a business or a brand. If you're having trouble creating that, what I would say as a caveat to that is you should be creating your own content. You can look to, like I said, those publications, those content hubs, and you can pull from them and use content that they're pushing out and share it, and obviously give them credit for it, but at least it's on brand and it's on target with who you want to be reading your content anyways, because it's related to your industry and your space. So that's what I mean by cross promotion. So taking content from other content hubs and sources that are relevant to your audience and sharing them on your own network. The third C is creating relationships. So this is a no-brainer when it comes to the digital space. It's called social media for a reason. So don't wait for people to come and find your brand online. Reach out and find people that you know would be interested in what you're doing. And like I said, you can find those people in those content hubs. You can also find them by searching industry-related hashtags. And one of the greatest tools that I use for finding people that I know might be interested in the things that I'm talking about is, again, I mentioned this earlier, Hootsuite's search functionality. So you can set up a search stream in Hootsuite where you can actually put in a specific keyword or a hashtag that's related to your space and see real-time conversations happening around that hashtag. So it allows you to reach out to those people who are activating conversations in that space, and therefore you're introducing yourself before they have to find them. So you're being proactive about creating relationships and finding brand ambassadors for your business. The next C is cultivating relationships, and another way to put this is engaging. This again seems like a pretty simple concept, but what it means is when people comment on your posts or they like your posts or they share your posts, a little thank you goes a long way and a little acknowledgement goes a long way. So don't ignore the fact that people are taking the time to like, share, comment, subscribe to whatever it is that you're doing, because those are the people that are going to be the most loyal to your brand. But you have to show them that it matters to you and that you actually care. Even the biggest brands in the world who are super successful on social media take the time to respond to the people who are most active on their social platforms. So this is a really big key to your success. Even if you allocate 30 minutes a day just strictly to engaging, that's something that I do and I advise a lot of my brands to do. So 30 minutes in the morning, and then if they can do it 30 minutes again at the end of the day, they're staying on top of their mentions and they're staying on top of engaging with the people that care about their brand. So that's harvesting and cultivating those relationships. The next C is collaboration, and this is one that is a little bit iffy and people get a little touchy about this, but I'm a big believer in collaboration over competition because it benefits everybody, and really at the end of the day, if you're doing your own thing in your own unique way, there is no competition. So I recommend finding people in your space who are doing similar things to you and who have built up a following and trying to find a way to work together and maybe doing something together as in like a cross-promoted blog post or a guest blog on their site or they guest blog on your site, because at the end of the day, that's going to drive traffic to both of your brands and your businesses. So really focusing on how you can work with the people who have already established themselves in your industry and reaching out to them and seeing what you can do. Another way that you can collaborate is finding people who have 6 degrees of separation from your brand or business and have complementary attributes in their business that could work with yours. So for example, I'm in video marketing, so an easy and perfect fit for me is working with somebody who creates videos. I do them myself, but this person that I recently met with creates videos for clients, and so her clients are looking for my services and my clients are looking for her services. So that's a great way to collaborate. So if you can find somebody in your industry who does a complementary service, see how you can work together and cross-promote each other and have a mutually beneficial relationship. And finally, this is something I mention all the time, but I'm going to say it one more time, probably not the last time. Consistency, so important. You need your audience to know that they can trust that you're going to be there when you say you're going to be there. And you need to have a consistent schedule for when you're putting out content and a consistency in the level of engagement that you give people. So being conscious of your time and your resources. Don't go into an essay of feedback with every single person who comments on your posts, but at least stay consistent in responding to most people who comment on your post. And when it comes to consistency in content, you can keep a content calendar, which I highly recommend. And I do have a free content calendar that you can download. I will link to that below this video and also in the cards on this video, so you can check it out and download one for yourself to use. And then finally, when it comes to consistency, it also comes down to tone. So what kind of tone are you using on your social platforms? Are you funny? Are you sarcastic? Are you serious? What kind of punctuation are you using? So making sure that you use consistent tone across social platforms as well, so you're easily recognizable to your audience. I do have a few other resources listed below this video about creating community and positioning yourself as a leader in your space. So check those out, a few TED Talks and a few books that I highly recommend. And I'm also, in the name of collaboration, I'm going to link to a few people below this video that I absolutely love in the video marketing and social media space. So you can check out their channels for other great resources. And if you like this video, hit the like button below. Make sure you share it with your friends and subscribe. And if you want exclusive tips on online business, marketing, and social media, make sure that you sign up on my website, SUNNYLENARDUZZI.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have tips for building leadership and authority in your space and creating a great online community, leave them below this video in the comments section. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.